The Buddha said to Maitreya, I shall explain further. Such are the afflictions of the 5 evils in this world. The 5 sufferings and the 5 burnings continue to arise from them. People commit nothing but evil and fail to cultivate roots of virtue, and so it is natural that they all go to evil realms. Even in this life, they suffer from incurable illnesses. Longing for death, they cannot die. Craving for life, they cannot live. Thus, they are an example to others of what retribution for evil acts is like. After death, driven by their karma, they fall into the 3 evil realms, where they suffer countless tortures, and are themselves consigned to the flames. After a long time, they are reborn again in this world, only to foment hatred against each other. At first hatred is slight, but finally develops into a major evil. All this is because of their greedy attachment to wealth and sensuous pleasures and of their refusal to share with others. Further, wayward thoughts arise from the desires born of stupidity. Their bondage to evil passions will never be severed. In the pursuit of selfish gain, there is no chance for them to reflect on their evils, and turn to good. When wealthy and prosperous, they are happy, and do not learn to be modest and virtuous. Consequently, their pomp and power are short-lived. When these are exhausted, they must undergo further afflictions. Their sufferings are bound to increase in time to come. The law of karma operates like a net stretched everywhere. In its meshes, it inevitably catches all offenders. The net woven of large and small ropes covers the whole world, from top to bottom. And those caught in it feel utterly helpless, and tremble in fear. This net has been in existence from of old. How painful and heart-rending. The Buddha said to Maitreya, people of this world are as I have described. All the Buddhas pity them and with divine powers destroy their evils, and lead them all to goodness. If you give up wrong views, hold fast to the scriptures, and the precepts, and practice the way without committing any fault, then you will finally be able to attain the path to emancipation and nirvana. The Buddha continued, you and other devas and humans of the present, and people of future generations, having received the Buddha's teachings, should reflect upon them and, while following them, should remain upright in thought, and do virtuous deeds. Rulers should abide by morality, reign with beneficence and decree that everyone should maintain proper conduct, revere the sages, respect men of virtue, be benevolent and kind to others, and take care not to disregard the Buddha's teachings and admonitions. All should seek emancipation, cut the roots of samsara and its various evils, and so aspire to escape from the paths of immeasurable sorrow, fear and pain, in the 3 evil realms. In this world, you should extensively plant roots of virtue, be benevolent, give generously, abstain from breaking the precepts, be patient and diligent, teach people with sincerity and wisdom, do virtuous deeds, and practice good. If you strictly observe the precepts of abstinence, with upright thought, and mindfulness even for a day and a night, the merit acquired will surpass that of practicing good in the land of Amitayus for 100 years. The reason is that, in that Buddha land of effortless spontaneity, all the inhabitants do good without committing even a hair's breadth of evil. If in this world, you do good for 10 days and nights, the merit acquired will surpass that of practicing good in the Buddha land of other quarters for 1,000 years. The reason is that in the Buddha land of other quarters, many practice good, and very few commit evil. They are lands where everything is naturally provided, as a result of one's merit and virtue, and so no evil is done. But in this world much evil is committed, and few are provided for naturally. People must work hard to get what they want. Since they intend to deceive each other, their minds are troubled, their bodies exhausted, and they drink bitterness, and eat hardship. In this way, they are preoccupied with their toil and have no time for rest. Out of pity for you, and other devas and humans, I have taken great pains in exhorting you to do good deeds. I have given you instructions appropriate to your capacities. You have, without fail, accepted my teachings, and practiced them, and so have all entered on the way, as you wished. Wherever the Buddha comes to stay, there is no state, town or village, which is not blessed by his virtues. The whole country reposes in peace and harmony. The sun and the moon shine with pure brilliance. Wind rises, and rain falls at the right time. There is no calamity or epidemic, and so the country becomes wealthy, and its people enjoy peace. Soldiers and weapons become useless, and people esteem virtue, practice benevolence, and diligently cultivate courteous modesty. The Buddha continued, "My concern for you, devas and humans, is greater than the care of parents for their children. I have become a Buddha in this world, destroyed the 5 evils, removed the 5 sufferings, and extinguished the 5 burnings. I have countered evil with good, eradicated the suffering of birth and death, and enabled people to acquire the 5 virtues, and attain the peace of unconditioned nirvana. But after I have departed from this world, my teaching will gradually decline, and people will fall prey to flattery and deceit, and commit various evils, resulting in the recurrence of the 5 sufferings, and the 5 burnings. As time goes on, their sufferings will intensify. As it is impossible to describe this in detail, I have given you only a brief outline." The Buddha said to Maitreya, "You should each ponder on this well, teach and admonish each other, and be on guard against disobeying the Buddha's instruction." The Bodhisattva Maitreya, with his palms together, said, "O Buddha, how sincere and earnest your admonition is. People of the world are just as you have described. O Tathagata, you take pity on, and care for us, without discrimination, and seek to deliver us all from suffering. Having accepted the Buddha's repeated exhortations, I will be careful not to disobey them.